Let's move to the other target. What's happening? We just got Rodgers done. We don't stop there. It's time for the next guy. Yeah? Now we're moving. Here it is. And, yeah, Alex Crook saying the same thing. Chelsea have opened talks with Crystal Palace over Maxence Lacroix. Get this done. Get it done. Simple as that. It's not going to be straightforward, but this fee is so doable. 55 million. Yes, flipping, please. Yes, please. And anyone that's talking about yesterday, England, France, oh, well, no, we looked... I mean, the whole French team looked crap until the end. That first half was a joke. But in the second half, I wouldn't judge anyone's performance on that game yesterday. The France didn't want to be there. France legitimately did not want to be there. England basically didn't want to be there, but England actually had something to play for. France didn't. France were world champions before Argentina. Yeah? 8 years ago, it was France lifting the World Cup. It's not a big deal for them. For England, yesterday's result was their best result since 1966. We finished third place. We left with a medal. We haven't had a medal since 66 when we won it. So for England, it was about ending on a high. For France, it was about just, can we go home, please? You know, so I wouldn't judge anyone, especially for a player that we've seen week in, week out in the Prem. You know, when he was killing it under Oliver Glasner for Palace and beating the likes of City and Liverpool and all these guys, and we saw his performances and going, flipping hell, he's a unit. Wow, great defending, unbelievable, right? No one said a thing. But he showed consistency. I'd be all over Lacroix. 100%. I think him and Colwell can get along pretty well. I do. So, get this done. 55 million. Yes, flipping please. Yes, please. Great deal. Considering the market. Listen, the market's stuffed. Get 30, 40, 50 million out of your heads now. Those numbers are gone. They were in the past, right? That you can say they've died now. What used to be the old 10 mil is now 35. You know, peanuts, yeah, it's 35 mil. You know, the market is finished. The market's cooked. So, it's not changing either. We've got to adapt to it. Money is going to be thrown around. It's just as simple as that. But I would absolutely get this done. And that would, for me, then scream, yo, we're moving. If you're telling me we get Morgan Rodgers and Maxence Lacroix, I would continue to go and get Ramon, right? Send a defender over to Palace, see if we can sweeten them up, if it's going to be Trev or whoever. To be honest, Trev to Como would make some sense, considering if we do get Ramon coming the other way, I'd get rid of Tosin, Desassi, Badiashile, get rid of all of them. We're going to talk about Badiashile in a sec, which is crazy. But get rid of all these guys, get rid of all the outgoings. I'd get rid of Gusto, I'd get rid of Garnacho. I'd get, like, if Jackson's going to be leaving, he'll bring in money. Is Enzo going to be leaving? I would go and get Bruno Guimaraes, or I'll get Adam Wharton to then prop him up to, if we do get rid of Enzo Fernandez. And then at that point, we're actually looking serious. We're actually looking like a team that should, without question, get Champions League and can actually think about competing for the title. Not straight away next season, but...
Athletic are reporting a bid of £117 million has been accepted, although the deal for your attacking midfielder is still being finalised. Personal terms are in place. 6-year contract through to 2032 with the option of a further 12 months, and a medical is scheduled for Monday.
This is amazing. This is amazing, isn't it? This is exactly the news that we needed. This is probably the best. If we get this over the line, it will be the best signing that we have made for absolutely ages.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, not only because of the player. I think he's a class act. I think he did very well for England. I think he's destined for the very top. But it would be such a message. You know, sometimes when you sign a player, there is a statement that you make with that signing. Like, he's linked with Arsenal. The best team in the country are currently linked with him. And if we get him, if we poach him, not only is it brilliant for us, it's brilliant the message that it sends. Xabi Alonso will clearly want him, clearly get him playing well. He must believe in our project. He must have been given some assurances. I think this is amazing. If we get this over the line, it will actually be the proof that Chelsea are giving Xabi Alonso the control that he needs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over the moon with this. I really, really hope that we can get this done.
Well, it looks like it's going to happen. Chelsea have agreed a fee for Morgan Rodgers, £117 million. Let's go to John. He's a Chelsea fan. He's phoned us up to talk about Tuchel. All right, John?
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, John. Look, just before we talk about England, Morgan Rodgers looks like he's going to Chelsea.
Yeah, unbelievable. Where'd that come from?
Wow.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, fair play. £117 million. Is he worth that?
It's not my money. Get it over the line. I'm happy.
Yeah, right and all. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. When people argue about is he worth that, Cundy always says it ain't my money.
Yeah. Yeah, when people try and make it,
Yeah,
but they
that's right.
try and make it their victory. You know, when their club makes a profit.
Yeah.
Like we made a profit last year. How much of it's
Yeah.
ended up in your skyrocket, mate?
Yeah, nothing.
Exactly.
Look, you want to talk about Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah, also, and Harry Kane.
Go on.
So just Harry Kane, he's put on his pedestal of being one of the best strikers to sort of ever grace the Premier League. Listen, he's done well, he's scored goals, but when it comes to the big games, he's not done it. England, Tottenham, whoever. He's gone to Germany, and he scored a bucket load of goals over there, but so did Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. So how...
Welcome back, Blues fans. Strap yourselves in, because we have a monumental update that is absolutely tearing through the transfer market right now. If you thought Stamford Bridge was going to have a quiet summer window, think again. SkySports has just dropped an absolute bombshell that changes everything for our backline heading into the new campaign. Reports are officially translating into definitive action. Chelsea are locked in formal negotiations to secure the signatures of one of the most physically imposing, rapid central defenders in European football, Maxence Lacroix. Xabi Alonso has personally identified the French international as the missing piece of his tactical puzzle, and things are accelerating behind the scenes faster than anyone anticipated. We are talking about a massive financial package being assembled to test Crystal Palace's resolve. But that is far from the only massive update we have for you today. The long-awaited Morgan Rogers saga has reached its definitive conclusion. We have exclusive details on the done deal status that will fundamentally transform Chelsea's attacking depth. If you want to stay ahead of every major twist this summer, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. Let's dissect exactly what these monumental moves mean for our club. Let's start with the headline news that has the entire footballing world talking. Maxence Lacroix to Chelsea is moving from a mere rumor into concrete reality. According to Sky Sports' latest updates, the Chelsea hierarchy has already initiated formal dialogue with Crystal Palace officials. They aren't just testing the waters anymore. A calculated, heavy-hitting bid of roughly £55 million is being put on the table to bypass any protracted bidding wars. Why Lacroix, and why right now? Well, look at the evolution of Xabi Alonso's setup. The manager demands an incredibly high defensive line, total composure under high pressing, and recovery speed that can nullify elite counter-attacks. Lacroix is fresh off an intense international summer with France at the 2026 World Cup, proving he can perform under the highest pressure on the planet. At 26 years old, the Frenchman is entering the absolute prime of his career. His metrics from the previous Premier League season are nothing short of exceptional, clocking over 3,000 minutes on the pitch, dominating 86% of his aerial battles, and providing rare leadership stability in the defensive third. He isn't a developmental project, he is a plug-and-play powerhouse designed to turn Stamford Bridge into an absolute fortress. Let's dive deeper into the tactical philosophy behind this move. Last season, we saw Chelsea show immense flashes of brilliance, but structural vulnerability at the back cost us heavily in crucial moments, especially during that chaotic Champions League exit against Paris Saint-Germain. Alonso knows that to bridge the gap to the absolute top of the Premier League, our defensive foundation must be completely flawless. This piece of business is an absolute masterclass in picking up elite domestic talent before their market valuation completely skyrockets out of reach. Rogers brings a profile that perfectly complements Cole Palmer and Pedro Neto in those advanced attacking spaces behind the striker. He possesses an incredibly unique blend of physical power, deceptive acceleration, and a creative IQ that allows him to execute defense-splitting passes in incredibly tight corridors.